Hello again, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, cardboard crawlers of all nations. Hope you're all doing well and staying dry and warm. It is a frigid day here in North Carolina. A nice, cold December afternoon. The sun is shining, and you really couldn't ask for much more. The skies are blue. The rocks are clean from the recent rains. I went ahead and put the Bluetooth back into the Lizard Pro on the C10 there, and I was having some trouble with the throttle curve, and so I readjusted that. It's a brushed motor in there, and I think I had just kind of set it up a little funky, and so I'm a little happier with the way that is driving right now. And so we came out for a little test drive with the Jeep, and the Jeep just got high centered there, so we gave him a little bump. The C10 got a little sideways trying to get to him, but we made it. We got him flipped back over, self recovery there, and that sun is just beating off of those rocks. Looks like glass out there. So anyway, there's some fun little lines here to be had, and C10's my original build. It's sitting on a stock chassis with a Grizzly Works LCG kit in it, which is just two small pieces of 3D printed material that go between the frame rails. They replace the front ESC tray and the rear battery tray, and then you swap locations. You'll end up with your ESC in the rear and your battery up front. So that changes your weight distribution quite a bit, makes it more of a low center of gravity. She's got brass knuckles up front. She's on a 6mm hot racing axle widener kit, and let's see, we've got diff covers on there, the Coda Racing diff covers, and we're running those 58mm Crawler Master MTs. And I like that tire. It's got real nice siping and a beautiful tread pattern in them, and so I enjoy it. It seems like the second generation, or the newer if you buy them now. I had some older ones and the foam just didn't seem real soft. These foams seem real soft. I've been thinking about putting a set of saplings in there, although those are there's going to be a huge air gap between the tire and the insert, and so we'll see. I like them how they are right now. They get a little bit of it's like push, they lose. They're not quite grippy enough, but these tires haven't worn in. That's a pretty new set of tires on that rig. Running an aluminum rear bumper on that as well. Some custom rock slider that I have, like little pieces of aluminum tubing that I cut a slit in and crimped them down onto the body itself. Running those little brass boulder bars on that, some Injora high clearance links, some RC Lions 43mm double barrels with the heavy springs and the spring mod, and rubber bands in those. Running Maz Designs double star wheels with the hardware kit in there, the scale hardware kit in there, so it looks pretty sweet. She's a good looking rig. And I can't remember, I may have a Maz Designs front diff on that one, but I think it's Coda Racing all around. Where on the JLU, that is definitely a rear Coda and a front Maz Designs. It's got the aluminum, I can't remember the brand name, but the rear mount, that goes to the frame rails and is the bumper mount. Those have been replaced. The plastic ones broke the little pin next to the screw off, and so it was just, they weren't working anymore. Got rid of that. Maz Designs double stars on that, and we're running saplings in the 55 millimeter Injora pin tires. Those are 55 by 22. And I like that tire as well, especially with the saplings in them. They work really good. It's running Maz Designs front steering link and black with the red ball ends Injora links on that rig right there on a Maz Designs Gen 1 chassis with a NSDRC servo. And that C10 has a ramp crab servo. I have an NSDRC servo for it and a Maz chassis, but I just haven't put that chassis together for it. I may not. I'm not sure. I like the way it runs right now. I like the fact that it's quote unquote my stock rig, and yeah, I can see from here that's a front Coda Racing diff cover on that. I really liked the way that those are machined. They look really good. They have kind of a round, Dana 60, Dana 44-esque cover plate to them. And they just are, it's a good look. It's like this gunmetal color, and I really like it. It's running what motor is that? It's running a stock transmission. It does have overdrive in the front, and it's running a Samix 050 motor, and it's a quick little dog. It's got some gumption to it. So yeah, heavy duty crack line right here, and we are stuck. So we'll stay belted in there, and we'll let the JLU get over to us. Old Ruby, she's got herself a tow strap hooked up to her, and we're gonna see if we can't get her to help with the recovery right here. Get in position, get it hooked up. Pardon the hand, but I thought I'd leave that in there just to show you that that's all we had to do was hook it up like that. Give it a little backup, get your line a little bit straighter, put some tension to it. And then let's see what we got. Did we get it? Did we got it? A little tension, keep, yep. And bang, bang, got her to climb. And just that much help goes a long ways with these little rigs, and like in the real world, you get a little tension on something to, hook to a tree or a rock, or, have a snatch block off of something so you double your powers, and we're good to go. So yeah, no worries, no hurries, having fun in the rocks. So yeah, C10 looking good. I have that front shaved way down right up against the grill, but I still have a approach angle issue with that rig. It's just not the best. You may see later, I think I get buried into a rock and I have to wiggle, jiggle. I think I even back up a little bit, and that's just the key. You're out here in a full size bodied rig, and then you can see the Samix motor in there and the boulder bars, and you also see, I can't remember if that's a Hot Racing or another company, but it's just a skid plate over a stock center skid. It's just a plate. It's not a whole metal skid on that. It's got a normal stock skid on there, no modifications to it, and then it just this is one of the first little parts I bought at a hobby shop, was that little plate, center skid cover, and it works really good. It's always, I've worn the name off of it by it gets used so much, obviously, and it just bolts into place with the stock screws in the stock position. And tough line here, and seems like the C10 just can't get it. I don't know if it's grip or weight. I'm running a real small battery up front, so the weight distribution is a little different than it normally would be. And I think that kind of made it so I couldn't get my front to climb there. But once again, that's kind of the push that I was talking about with those tires. Like, they kind of, at a certain point, want to lose a little bit of grip. They either need to wear in, or I need to find an insert that works a little bit better than it. It's a very streetish tire, you know. You would run those on the street and have not a lot of hum coming out of them, and they would probably work really good, get really good tread wear out of them, I would believe, in something like that. So I don't really know what they're, you know, what they represent. Some kind of, I don't know, MTR or something. Possibly, I'm not sure. You can see them pretty good there. I know we've all checked them out before, but yeah. So, like I said, just having some fun in the rocks. Blue's out here with me, wandering around somewhere. He's pretty close. I think he makes an appearance here in just a minute, or just made an appearance. I don't remember. I didn't see him. But JLU, always climbing good, running good, running rubber bands in the rear on that, and no rubber bands up front. So it kind of has a weird little stance to it, but it seems to work really good, so I just run it that way. I like the way it works. This is a really off-cambered, kind of go over some big holes section, and it's kind of fun. I like it. Double magnets up front on the normal stock body posts, which fit right into the Grizzly Works chassis kit. So that works out, and then I mount my shocks up as high as I can, give them some angle, and that gives me the ride height that I like for this truck. And then, you know, I have my fender. Well, here's what I'm talking about on my approach angle. You just really have horrible approach angle on this particular rig with these tires and axles and this combination. I guess I could run some longer links up front and push it forward, which I don't know. I don't really want to get rid of the grill. I like the way it looks. I like the look of it. Once again, that rig was my first build, and I like how it turned out. It's got really good balance, and it wheels pretty decent for being on a stock chassis with just a, you know, the Grizzly Works LCG kit. I don't know if the price has gone up, but it was like $10 when I bought it. I know they were 11 for a while, and I think he's on to version 3 of those, and they may be $12 now. I haven't been to the site in a while, and you can find those on Etsy, and I highly recommend them, especially for someone that's trying to keep their rig semi-stock or stockish, or you got a couple of kids that just need a little advantage. You know, my nephew's rigs all have them, so they have 3 rigs with them. My sister's and brother-in-law's rig, we put one of them in there. It's a Gladiator. My Gladiator is a full Grizzly Works kit. It's got rear bumper, sliders, and a LCG chassis kit in it, and I call that the Grizzly Works recovery vehicle because it's got a little uniform pull style winch on it, and it runs a permanent tow strap as well. So you have a winch coming out the front, fair lead on a hot racing or knockoff bumper, and then you also have a elastic band in the rear as a tow strap, similar to the one that's hooked to the JLU. So I had a different style of band on them before, and that elastic seemed to wear out really quickly. This newer elastic, it's very small. It's a smaller diameter, but it seems to have, it keeps its memory quite well. So I switched out a few of my nephews and made a couple of my own. Just, you know, cut the hooks back off and redesigned the strap. Used a little bit of shrink wrap on them this time to clean them up, make them look real professional. And I like the way they work. I like the way they came out. I like the fact that they don't lose their memory or aren't losing it as fast. They may lose it a little bit, but definitely nothing like the other band that I got. It was like a cotton sheath to it, and it would stretch and then just stay kind of stretched out a little further than you wanted it to. But remember, if you like this content, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, tell a friend. Get out there, build a truck if you haven't already. Christmas is coming. Do yourself a favor. You get these JLUs for $110 right now with the version 2 electronics, which is that's running with I put a Purple Enjoyer Pro motor in it for $12 or something. So get yourself a truck, have some fun, pile some rocks up. They're all around. Pick them up, take them home. Hope you all have a good one. Be safe out there, stay warm. Cardboard Crawler's out.